Doesn't matter either way.
Goodness.
I've noticed that before. I need a taller chair. Paint the wall.
Paint the wall. Background behind your
Yeah.
so you don't blend in.
Huh?
So you don't blend in.
Actually, I've been waiting on somebody for almost over a year to say that. So. But at least I have hair. And I don't have to do the comb back.
I think you got even.
Oh, I'll always stay a step ahead of him. I got a picture of him. All right, we ready to roll? Good, because my mics are on. All right, we'll call this meeting to order. First thing's the agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes of the May 20th, 25 board meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing budget amendment 2425. Motion to open the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to open.
And second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is for expenses for the Sheriff's Department, law enforcement, maintenance, IT, and non-departmental. These are all claims they turned in at the end here, Kelly, correct?
So, I don't know anything about the sheriff or the LEC.
Oh, sorry. But so I don't know anything really about what the expenses are for sheriff and LEC. I think I gave you guys a breakdown of what he submitted to me. But for like the IT, I know we need to upgrade our AS400. I'm not sure if if the money will get paid out of this fiscal year, but just on the precautionary, when I was talking to Andy, we kind of decided that we would probably add that. So that will be paid out of local option sales tax. And then for the non-departmental, it's our insurance. But with some of the claims I think that we got today, we may have to do another amendment for the health fund before the end of the year.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Kelly. You answered my questions.
All right. Any written comments? All right. Motion to close the public hearing.
I'll move to close.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 352025 budget amendment.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 332025 appropriations fiscal year 25-26.
You want this, Kelly? This is our appropriation resolution that we approve after the budget's been approved before the fiscal year starts. I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 342025 setting elected officials annual compensation.
And it's just the same thing where before, when we had a compensation board, we would approve the resolution after the board would decide what they're going to reduce the salaries by. But since we don't have a compensation board anymore, I got a copy of a resolution that another county did, so just to have it in the books.
Thank you for getting that official copy in there. And everybody across the county got 5%. Most everybody. Yeah, except for us.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 322025 transfer of funds from general supplemental to employee health fund.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Appointment of John, I'm going to butcher this, Klukonic to the Board of Adjustments.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second it. And before we vote though, did anybody here have knowledge of him?
Board of Adjustment meeting last month, and I had mentioned at the meeting that I'm a shorter person. So he got asked to how he could be involved in the board. Is a resident of volunteer at the time.
So you had contact with him and it seemed like that was an appropriate. Yep. Okay. Thank you for that information.
And he is already volunteering at the conservation office and the food distribution.
Yes.
So
Yeah, he was former military, right?
Yeah.
He was military, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. We got a first and second. Those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Resolution 31-2025, quarterly transfer to secondary roads fund.
And I'll move to approve.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Authorization request for upgrade to IBM Power 10 server. Andy's not here to tell us about this, but he's in the process of updating a ton of stuff with what we can afford. So I know it's something he had checked on and process that we need to go.
Budget amendment.
Yep. Yep.
I'm going to make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolutions 3036-2025, establishment of fund for law enforcement capital improvements. We found out there was actually a contract between the city and the county on the law center, and been there since 2000 that weren't actually going by. So everybody's supposed to pay a certain percentage part of it, and we've been paying it all where shouldn't have been. So this capital improvement plan is each entity will put money into that account. So when we have the large issues like the air conditioners and stuff, we will have a fund already set up to draw that money out of. And they have their own separate board, which none of us are on it. I know Kelly's on it, the sheriff's on it, the police chief's also on it, isn't he? Do you remember what the funds are going to be for that? What percentage or?
I don't remember what they put in, but was actually.
Okay. I know the funds that were set up originally to be shared were like 50 cents a square foot of shared property, which in 2000 might have worked, but it doesn't work in 2025. So, and they were going to raise that rate. So,
Originally, I think nobody would have heard that they wasn't doing that because we had all these funds with the LEC. But now that we have taken so much stuff out of it, it's not in the lot the way we start contributing. That and just to put it in separate funds, so we know that's what it's for.
I'm
All
going
right.
to make a motion to approve it.
And I'll second.
Any questions from anybody? All right. We got first and second. Those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Resolutions 3725, transfer of funds from fund supplemental fund to employee health fund.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Purchase of carpool for prosecutors, case management system, county attorney. This is another one Andy was looking at. It makes things run more proficiently with the county attorney, and it fits into the system he's working on for us. So,
I'm going to make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
13, any other business? Officer reports. Auditor's third quarter cash report, fiscal year 24-25. Yeah, first.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
I see Miranda online. I only got the know her the last 2 years, work with her, but she's soon to be departing us for greener pastures.
I am. Thank you.
And I know she had her office all cleaned out, so she's ready to roll. But I appreciate everything you've done for us and the time you put in. So
Thank
yes,
you. And
pleasure.
thank you. Thank you to the county. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to bring up one thing. A while back, we working on the rail project west of town. We discussed the idea of putting up an alert system, which would be able to be accessed by cell phone, so the residents out there could see where the trains are at. And the system we were thinking about, and this was through Tim Richmond, did a lot of work on this groundwork. The system we were thinking about would be not tied to the railroad, but would be coordinated with some of the internet service providers in the area. Probably the main one would be Citizens Mutual out of Bloomfield. And so no matter what happens at that, with the road and the railroad, an alert system would be of use and be of value immediately. I would still like to pursue that. I guess to me, the home for that probably should be secondary roads. And we don't have to decide anything today, but I just was wanting to bring it to our attention that it's been discussed. It's been kind of just no act on Citizens Mutual involvement, but I didn't want to do that until I kind of had a discussion and some knowledge if there was interest in pursuing that. So that's all I need to do for today. We can come back to it later.
Well, I think the last meeting we had at the railroad, they were still looking into putting that warning light out there system. So, but speaking of that, I know the DOT's met with the landowner, and we have the DOT approvals now on the road.
Yeah, we've got a green light from the DOT, still some technical steps to go through before we have a permit from them, but they've approved of the location study, and unfortunately, it looks like the lettings are going to be for the grading work to be into the next fiscal year. We'll do a little paperwork to add that to our program for fiscal year 26. But it actually went through quicker than most applications. The DOT is excited for the issue, so that we're moving forward on just trying to get back to the design issues that have been resolved as part of that study process.
Good, because I see they're starting on 34 out towards the county line anyway. So,
On the bridge.
All right, nothing else. Well, motion.
Just got a couple of questions, I guess. Where are things at as far as the EMS advisory committee from where you guys had your work session a couple weeks ago?
We're waiting to get back on the agenda here. Tim has been sick, so we're holding out for his laryngitis. Otherwise, he can't stand up here and talk, which actually could be a good thing. But yeah, he can't has no voice at all right now. So we was going to put it on this agenda, but he wanted to wait one more week or the next meeting. So
the next meeting, it'll probably be finalized at that point.
It'll be on the agenda.
Okay.
I won't tell you to be finalized, but it'll be on the agenda.
All right. The other thing I had, just any thoughts on Job Corps shutting down at the end of the month?
Yeah, it's a sad day. I was listening to it on the radio. Our Job Corps and Denison's, the two in Iowa, their graduation rate is, in the 90%. But the overall graduation percentage, they said for all of them is 38%. And that's one of the big reasons for the closure is it's failed so many other places. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of displaced people, but have you ever been out there? There's really nobody from around here that's there. So they come in from all over the country, but not here. So we're helping out everybody else. And Trump's cutting money on all these budgets, on these government programs. So I know a CETA meeting last night was kind of the same. They were biting their nails, waiting to see what was going to happen with them. They got spared. So yes, see what else gets cut. But yeah, I don't think it's a good thing. I think a lot of these kids coming, that's the only option they had. and now they're basically told they got 2 weeks to get out.
Well, as far as from a workforce standpoint in this community, part of that I think is to train, next generation of workers, hopefully that they stay here. I mean, how much do you feel like is lost because of that? Because they are such an important driver of the workforce in the community.
We're gonna. I don't know how much just our area is gonna feel, but I do know they taught some great skills to those students because I've actually been in there multiple times back in the years. But it's they got great teachers, they had good staff. It's a strict area. You screwed up, you were gone. So you had to maintain your composure and do things the right way and learn, which was good because a lot of kids come from environments there was no discipline.
Well, and to me, the sad thing for us is the number of jobs that people from our area had out there, and so they're going to be displaced from that. And my hope, I know Indian Hills is looking at some options, and my hope is that something could develop a little further with Indian Hills, and that could be part of a solution moving forward. So,
Yeah, but I'm not sure that's coffin's completely sealed shut yet. The way it sounds on the radio too, that they may be able to get some of them opened back up, the ones that were succeeding, which would be good because the 2 and I would be right on top of the list. So
Yeah.
but yeah, he's dead on about our guys losing jobs here because there's several locals employed out there. So
Yeah. That's all I had.
Yeah, Jared Hirschberger, Dusty Fox Wind. I just have a couple things for you guys today. We have our community grant. That will be up. This quarter will be up at the end of June. So if you guys know of any nonprofits that are looking for a little funding, feel free to get them my way or to the website. The application can be found at www.dustyfoxwind.com. And I was just curious about the ordinance. Will there be another joint meeting this coming Monday on the draft ordinance, or what's the next step with that?
I haven't heard a word.
Miranda,
yeah, I think
We had a work session with the zoning commission last month, and they gave some ideas to MSA, and they're currently working on the draft. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll have the draft and we'll go before the zoning.
Okay. Yeah. So you expect that to be them to vote on it in a couple weeks, or just to see the draft?
I don't know that the board will feel comfortable voting on it yet. But we met last month and kind of gave them a direction to go and message that we should have the draft.
Would you mind letting me know when those meetings take place? If I can give you my card. Just we'd like to be there just to answer any questions that you guys have.
Yeah, the work session was just.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see all those meetings actually posted on the website.
the public ones will be.
No, I think that's it for me. Unless you guys have anything for me.
Nope.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Miss White, do you have anything?
Nope.
Just here. Awesome. Just here, make sure Travis is safe. All right. Need a motion to close?
I'll make the motion.
yeah. Second,
Those in favor?
aye.
Thank you for coming, everybody. Especially you, Travis. Any more to sign?
Yep.
What organization? It's not part of the chamber. It's in June. Housing. Yeah. So it's coming up.